would be to attach to a youngster so that you look after it, so that it then obviously furthers your genes, because the more emotionally attached to it you are, the more likely you are to put an effort into raising it and protecting it, and therefore the more likely that cub is to further the genes that you've given it. There's Nkuhuma with the hole in his face. And so, you might say that it's not necessarily an emotion in the same... Well, you might say that human beings feel emotion for the same reason. So I think animals feel emotion, yes. Do I think the rest of the pride feels emotion? I think probably less so than the mother. Do I think that the males feel any emotion but for the lost cub? No, I don't. I don't think that they register it, to be honest. I think he certainly seems to be sleeping very comfortably, and if there is a lion who's done that to the cub, it is most likely this one. And what's so interesting is that he, of course, when he and Tinyo arrived with the pride 2 days ago, in fact, it could have been Tinyo, I suppose, not 2 days ago, about, I think, 3 or 4 days ago when they killed that buffalo, this guy came up and greeted all of the females in turn, and some of the cubs, he had a long interaction with the cubs, and Tinyo sort of hung back a bit. And I think that was quite interesting. And something else I wanted to say about the emotional side of this and animals' emotions and what they think. I'm afraid I've forgotten what it was, but hopefully it'll come to me sometime. But that's a lovely discussion to have. Do animals feel emotion? Oh, I know exactly what it was. Kristen, the difficulty, of course, is that when we look at their faces, it's impossible to tell. And that's why I think there's this kind of disconnect, or that's why it's a bit difficult for us. Unless you know an animal intimately, it's difficult to know what they're feeling, of course, because we, as natural psychologists and natural readers of behavior, do so through the facial expression. It's why meeting somebody is so much more effective than reading an email from them. You can read from their faces exactly what they mean. You watch their eyes. Are they smiling with their eyes, or they're just fakely smiling with their mouths, and that sort of thing. Because we have such expressive faces, that's how we read emotion. Animals like this, animals other than the primates, they do not have the musculature in the face to show any kind of emotion. So that lion that we're looking at now, he can show you anger by putting his ears back. He can show you anger by baring his teeth, I suppose. Well, a dog would do that more than a cat would. But further than that, you don't know if he's looking sad. You don't know if he's looking tired or sad or depressed. That's just what his face looks like, and he doesn't have the muscles to change that. He doesn't have an expressive mouth.